In this video, we're going to talk about generating pen names. We're going to brainstorm and we're going to have fun. Generating pen names has helped me cross 6 figures in book income stream, and it's been a really fun strategy to teach people. My name is Jenny Hansen-Lane. I've published over 100 pen names. Some of them were a mistake, and in this video, we're going to talk about the mistakes so you don't make the same ones I did, okay? I've published 600 books, it's created 6 figures. It's a super fun income stream because it is fairly passive. I'm not having to answer emails. I don't have to drop ship. All I do is upload content, and Amazon actually houses the content there for free. They take a cut when a book is sold. That's when it goes to the printer and ships out from Amazon's warehouse. An Amazon driver delivers it to a prime buyer, sometimes not a prime buyer, and we get paid out every 60 days. So let's talk about pen names, some of the mistakes that we've made, and what we can actually do to leverage them. So a lot of people don't always understand why we use pen names. The biggest reason for me is because I am MP. You guys know this. Some of you here are MP, okay? MP, you guys already know, right? I'm losing my writing, okay? I love publishing because I am multi-passionate. I have thousands of ideas. My kids are so curious that it helps me think of more ideas for books. So when you're multi-passionate, it is really nice to put your ideas, right, or your passions under a pen name. Okay, we're just going to do PN for pen name. And let me explain. My husband has backyard chickens. Yeah, I say they're like his. He just hatched 30 more. You can probably catch those in my YouTube shorts. And he actually sells the eggs for other people to hatch chickens. And so I've been begging for him to do a book. He hasn't yet. But when he does that, we're not going to put it under Jenny Hansen-Lane's brand, right? We're not going to, because what is Jenny Hansen-Lane's brand? That pen name, Jenny Hansen-Lane, is like self-publishing and mindset. And yeah, I do need to put more books on Amazon under my personal brand for self-publishing. But all the other things that I'm passionate about that wouldn't make sense to actually put under my name go under pen names, okay? And so this allows you, I would say, like the blessing of that, yeah, I just call the blessing, I just call the pen name a blessing, is it expands your your creativity. You get to do more because you don't have to worry about like Aunt Mary telling you like, hey, you could have did a better cover. Like, you're just having fun, okay? Another thing that I like about having a pen name, which I think everybody should have one, is a practice pen name. Like, it's a test place. Like when you upload your first book, I always tell people to do like a test pen name. And actually, I've been thinking to ask Author Central support to remove my practice name from my Author Central so I can put in a new one. For those of you new to Amazon, you can have an email address that you sign up for Author Central, and it's where you claim your pen names. And they only let you have like 4. If you beg and ask so nicely, they'll let you have 7. So I have 7. But anytime that I want to claim a pen name of my 100, I have to open a new Amazon pen name account, an Author Central account, which is not the same as a KDP account. KDP accounts, you can only have 1 per person. So there's a lot of pen names of mine that haven't had the brand name built out because I'm either building them up more or it's something I haven't outsourced yet. So the best practice for you is to stay under 4 pen names if you can. But if you're doing this full time, like me, I have a YouTube channel and I have courses that I teach people about self-publishing. It probably wouldn't be in my best interest to always be devoted just to the pen name stuff when I can move the needle in a one-to-many way, right? That's what I love, is like being on this channel and teaching. And speaking of teaching, I have a free training coming up. I'm going to be sharing the biggest steps that I took to create 6 figures in book income, and I want you there. So I'll put a link below. It'll be the first link in the description. So when you're publishing pen names, you want to think about separating them in that way. And what I like to think about, my pen's acting up, I've got a waterproof cover because I have kids, is the niche, right? And so doing pen names by niches. And so one of the worst things that I see, or actually this is like real life, if I were to go to a bookstore with my children and I walked in and children's books were in a spot with adult books, I would not frequent that bookstore a lot. But if it had a book, if it had a kids spot, we would walk right back to it because we know that it's safe. That is normal in publishing, to have a section for kids. It's the same at a library. So for those of you that have been putting adult books and children books together under one pen name and just naming it blah, 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 you could do your customer a better experience by creating a pen name like an individual store, right? Like it's like a kid's candy store, right? Like that's different than an adult store, right? So be mindful of the customer, be mindful of how to give the customer an experience where they want to come back for more. Okay. And so I've been thinking too, like, what if I took all my pen name stuff and created a GPT for you of like, here is a pen name generator, because it's actually one of my favorite things. Another reason that I love using pen names is for the privacy. Okay. So for passion, this is all appropriate content, right? Being multi-passionate, right? So the ideas is how we're talking about passion here. Privacy, passion, and then some of you are going to have things you are so passionate about that you believe it's your purpose. Those deserve their own pen names, in my opinion. Like, I have people, I don't want to give away their niches, but there are people in my community that are so passionate about certain things that they've built a whole brand name around it, okay? So when we think of pen names, you can also think of them as brand names. And I've been talking to my attorney, Evan, almighty Evan, about ways to protect this. And like a brand name can also be trademarked. And so brand name and a pen name, if it's not already taken, you can grab the URL, the domain name, and start publishing and building out a brand. Now, I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I only want these videos to actually help you. But because I'm multi-passionate, I cover a lot of different topics. And so I want you to put in the comments questions you have about pen names and kind of how you're leveraging them. If you've had any ahas or success with having pen names, I think it's a beautiful thing. I also have students in my community that use their own personal name as a pen name. Okay. And they do their own organic marketing. When they come out with a new book, they share with their family and friends, and that increases their organic traffic and organic sales. And so don't just create in a vacuum. If you're proud of your work and you want to share it online, it's okay. The ecosystem of Amazon KDP, it's not a pie, right? Have you heard me say this before? Like a pie is like, all right, we've got 8 pieces. Here's a piece for Danny. Here's a piece for Kim. Here's a piece for Rachel. Here's a piece for Ben. Here's a piece for, do you guys know I'm naming other YouTubers that do KDP? Some of my favorite people. Okay, I don't want to name out too many, but listen, it's not. KDP is not. It is not a pie. You guys know what it is, right? We just have to plant the seeds. This should be green, not orange. We plant the seeds. Every book is a seed, okay? Every book is going to help you get better and better and better. So let me know your thoughts about pen names. Let me know how I can serve you. I love you. If you don't quit, you cannot lose. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.